Our film, Down for Whatever, it's a special project because this year is the first year that ABFF and TV1 have decided to allow the writer and creator of the content to direct the content. It's an action thriller, and it follows my character and Imani's character and her sister and my wife around in one of the most high-speed, action-packed
It's like TV1's first.
TV1's first action thriller.
Yeah.
And we get to star in it.
Yay! Yeah.
That's awesome. How did you get involved with the project?
Well, my agent sent me over the script, and he was like, "Take a read at this. They're moving really fast, so I need you to look at it like basically now." I read it that same night. It was like a Friday, and I was like, "Okay, I love it. I want to be a part of it." And then that Monday, I was like flown out to, or Sunday actually, I was flown out to Atlanta to film.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Monday, right?
To work
Wow.
Monday or something like that. It was very quick for me.
So fast.
My process wasn't as interesting as hers. I have been trying to cultivate something really cool and special with TV1 for some time. A couple of years that I, can remember, and I took some years off of acting to go back to school, went to film school, and then this was one of the first things that came across my laptop once I got
Your desk.
That's a
It's
play
a
on
joke,
people
yeah.
saying, yeah, yes. Anyway, so yeah, and it was something I read, I loved, and wanted to be a part of. And the story behind it with ABFF involved and TV1 and how passionate they were about this piece really made it special from the gate.
So tell us a little bit about each of your characters and the role they play in the story.
Oh God.
Yes, I play Sonia Brown, who's one of the Brown sisters, and basically we have been labeled as cop killers, which is what we
Labeled.
are, but I don't want to paint the picture of us being monsters because there's a reason for everything. But basically we're avenging our parents' death, my sister and I, and we find out that his wife is our biological sister along the process of all of this chaos that's happening.
And she left out the fact that they killed
We
my
killed his
longtime partner and mentor,
Yeah.
who was one of the reasons why I was a successful cop on the force and a turned detective is because of the guy that they maliciously, horribly gunned down in a restaurant.
Well, it was justified because
It was not justified. He didn't even do anything. But anyway, we won't spoil that for you guys. I played Mike Jones, married to Tracy Jones, who is the Brown sisters'
biological sister.
My wife was adopted at a very young age and put into the system, as were these two girls.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically a story about how these three sisters reconnect and the interchanging weaving of our lives connecting through my partner being killed, through my wife trying to rediscover who she is, and through these two girls, me being a detective, me having to hunt them down and try to catch them because they're killing people left and right and beating the crap out of people.
So we do. There's a lot of moving pieces that kind of like
really
fall into place. These characters kind of like mesh and mingle, and this like all this drama that's happening. It kind of brings us together in this weird way.
Right.
Did you have to do a lot of stunt work and fight choreography, that sort of thing?
It wasn't too bad, but we did do all of our stunt work and choreography. I got to shoot a gun for the first time. That was fun. But yeah, it wasn't too bad, but we did it all ourselves.
So tell me a little bit about your experience playing a cop in the current climate.
Wow, that's a really interesting question. I'm glad you asked me about that. It's something that you have to handle very delicately, but it's also something that I wanted to attack head on because I know that most cops in today's time, 95+% of them are really good and they want to be great at what they do. It seems as though the number is bigger when it comes to corruption and killing of unarmed men and etc. But the truth is most cops that are out there, they are risking their lives every day to help everyday citizens. They are for the greater good. So I wanted to tell a story focusing on someone who believes in the law and believes in the greater good of what cops do. I grew up around a lot of cops in my family and extended family, and to capture the essence of someone who just 100% believes in the law and what the law stands for was something that I found really intriguing.
So the film premieres in just a couple of days. Tell us what you're most excited for fans to see when it comes out.
Man, I think I'm most excited for anyone who's been following my career, for my supporters to see me in this role. It's completely different from anything that I've ever done. So I'm excited for them to see that. And then overall, I think it's a great project, and we can shine some light on just the overall subject matter and hopefully introduce some compassion and empathy for my character, all of the characters. Yeah.
I like the part of the film that I was most shocked that after seeing it I resonated with was the system that a lot of kids are raised in, and the, what do you call it, like the after effect of what happens to some of these people that get caught up into the system, and to track their journey along the way and see how they dealt with it, how these characters dealt with the injustices that were inflicted upon them, was something that I didn't anticipate it would be one of my favorite, if not the favorite part of the film, was to watch that unfold and uncover the layers of the Brown sisters and my wife. Maybe I didn't think about it at the time because I was playing the character who was doing the uncovering, but I think that's the part that I'm most excited for people to see.
Okay, and is there anything else you'd like to add?
Go
Enjoy
Lakers.
the film. And go Lakers,
Congrats,
because LeBron is here, Cleveland,
Just
whatever.
playing.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.